Mae Jemison, doctor, astronomer, physician, engineer, astronaut, was an inspiration to all girls of all ethnicities. She took a stand against racism in the workplace and stepped across the boundaries by becoming a NASA scientist and riding the Endeavour into space on its second journey. She was an African American woman who applied to be a NASA scientist and became the first Black woman to be in space.
Mae Carol Jemison was born October 17th in 1956 in Decatur, Alabama, but eventually moved to Chicago, Illinois in 1959 and considers it her hometown. She was born the youngest of three to Charlie Jemison, a roofer and carpenter, and Dorothy Green, an elementary school teacher. As a young girl, Mae's parents were encouraging towards her abilities and interests in the many aspects of science she was interested in, including astrology. Mae went to school at Morgan Park High School in Chicago, and she was convinced she was to pursue a career in biomedical engineering and applied to Stanford University at the age of 16. Mae graduated in 1973 as a consistent honors student and went to Stanford on a National Achievement Scholarship.
Upon graduation, Mae Jemison entered Cornell University Medical College to work toward a medical degree. She received her MD in 1981. During her years at Cornell, Jemison found time to leave the country and expand her horizons by visiting and studying in Cuba and Kenya and working at a Cambodian refugee camp in Thailand. She obtained her degree in medicine in 1981 and received her training at Los Angeles County University of Southern California Medical Center and later established a general practice. For the next 2.5 years, she was the Area Peace Corps medical officer for Sierra Leone and Liberia, where she also taught and did medical research. Once Mae returned to the United States in 1985, she had decided to make a career change in something she was extremely passionate about. In October, she applied to NASA's astronaut training program. The Challenger disaster of 1986 delayed the process of acceptance and was later canceled. Jemison applied a year later and was one of the 15 accepted of about 2,000 others.
The Challenger expedition met a fatal disaster in 1986 where the shuttle exploded due to an internal tank failure after 73 seconds in the sky. All 7 of the crew members were killed. This caused Jemison's first application to be lost and caused her and the 2,000 others to be forced to reapply the next year.
Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles.
So the 25th Space Shuttle mission is now on the way after more delays than NASA cares to count. This morning, it looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
In June 1987, Mae became the first African American woman to be accepted into the astronaut training program. A year of training went by, and she became the first African American woman astronaut, earning the title of Science Mission Specialist, which is a job that would make her responsible for conducting crew-related experiments on the space shuttle.
It had been decided that Jemison would be a part of the Endeavour mission into space. The Endeavour space shuttle is a retired NASA aircraft that has been on 25 missions into space, the second of which Mae Jemison embarked on, mission STS-47. The word Endeavour means try hard to do or achieve something. Endeavour flew the first servicing mission, STS-61, for the Hubble Space Telescope in 1993. In 1997, it was withdrawn from service for 8 months for a retrofit, including installation of a new airlock. In December 1998, it delivered the Unity module to the International Space Station.
Jemison and her team finally flew into space on September 12, 1992, with 6 other astronauts. After 8 days in space, Jemison conducted experiments on weightlessness and motion sickness on the crew and herself. In all, her and her team spent more than 190 hours in space and made a complete 127 orbits around Earth before returning to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida on September 20th, 1992.
Consequently to her achievements, Mae Jemison received many awards including honorary doctorates, the 1988 Assassin Science and Technology Award, the Ebony Black Achievement Award in 1992, and a Montgomery Fellowship from Dartmouth in 1993. Gamma Sigma Gamma named her Woman of the Year in 1990, and in 1992, a school in Detroit, Michigan was named after her. Jemison has been a member of many prominent organizations, including the American Medical Association, the American Chemical Society, and the American Association for the Advancement of Science, and served on the board of directors of the World Sickle Cell Foundation from 1990 to 1992. She has also served as an advisory committee member of the American Express Geography Competition and an honorary board member of the Center for the Prevention of Childhood Malnutrition. She has written several books, including Find Where the Wind Goes in 2002 and The 100-Year Starship in 2014. She even made a tribute in 1993 film Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Mae Jemison is now 63 and devotes much of her time to the 100-Year Starship, which she says is pursuing an extraordinary tomorrow to create a better world today. In her spare moments, Mae is a lifelong and accomplished dancer and sees a connection between art and science. She was even on People magazine's Most Beautiful People list. She told PBS that she didn't even think about whether she'd be the first African American woman in space. She just wanted to go into space.